As the season moves forward, every single day, more Habs fans jump onto the playoff wagon, even though weeks ago they were saying we should tank. And I am a Habs fan myself, so I'm able to say it. But our fan base is very hypocritical and very bipolar. At the beginning of the season, if you said we should go for the playoffs, everyone would chop your head off. They'd come running at you. You can't say that. We need Bedard. We need Fantilli. We need all these guys, right? Now, if you say we should lose a single game, nope, you can't say that around here. Tanking is not the answer. We only got to win. Go for the playoffs. Balls deep. That's it. End of story. Guys, come on. I know our young guys are super entertaining. They're very solid, a very good young core, and we have some excellent prospects down the line. But did you really expect us to be a playoff team this year? I know we're kind of just outside of a spot, like a few points out, this or that. But come on, it's all unsustainable. We know it. It's starting to show. We've had a very easy schedule to start off the year, and the goalie numbers were through the roof to start the season. They're starting to slow down, other than Montembeault, but you know what I mean. They're starting to slow down. Our defense is starting to show that there's some not very good veterans and some rookie defense combining for our defensive pairings. And we can't always score on the first line, which is easily being covered now. And therefore, we're starting to lose games. It's just proving that we are not a sustainable team. Don't get me wrong. I love the competitiveness. I love the entertaining games. I'm all for that. But you guys got to keep your expectations a little lower. We're not going to finish this season in a playoff spot. If I'm wrong, then sue me. I wouldn't be mad at it. But we're realistically going to finish in the bottom 10, probably even bottom 7. And let me show you why. If you look at the standings, we're currently 19th place. And the teams that are just under us, which are either tied with us in points or just a few points under us, 1 to 3, give or take, all those teams are contending playoff teams. They've been off to a very slow start, but they're all going to pick it up. Washington, Minnesota, Nashville, St. Louis. I guarantee you those 4 teams will be way ahead of us by the end of the season. The first quarter of the season doesn't tell the full picture. You know what I mean? So those 4 teams, I could guarantee you they're going to be miles ahead of us by the end of March, for sure. And that's just for those 4 teams directly under us. Obviously, there's some teams at the bottom that are going to stay at the bottom. Chicago, Anaheim, Arizona, they're staying at the bottom. But there's still a couple teams who I personally believe will make a hell of a turnaround in the second half. And those teams are Vancouver, Buffalo, and the Senators. Obviously, they've had bad starts, but if you just look at the Senators, they're 6 points behind us. All they got to do is win their next 3. We lose the next 1 or 2, and they're tied with us. It's not that big of a difference. And that's pretty much what it's like for almost every team, because there's a huge cramp up of teams in the middle area. I don't know. A lot of playoff teams are underperforming, and teams like us are overperforming. So due to this big cramp up, obviously it's going to fixate. It's going to end up spreading out. By the time Christmas is over, going into January, February, it's going to start to split up. You're going to start seeing who's going to be in the playoff spots. It's not going to be a 2-point difference for the whole of the Atlantic division. It's not going to be that close anymore. So we'll start to see then. But like I said, the Habs are going to start to fall in the standings, and that is okay. And another reason why I'm pretty sure we're going to start falling, if we don't, then maybe I'll say we're close to a playoff spot. But this upcoming month is going to be super challenging. We have not had many challenging teams at all this season. Only a few here and there. But this December is going to be quite tough. And if the Habs pull through, then maybe I'll change my opinion. But I think December is really going to show what this team has to offer or not. Like I said, we're going to start tomorrow with Calgary. Then Saturday, Edmonton. Vancouver's a little weak, but then back-to-back with Seattle. They've been on a 6-game winning streak. LA Kings, Calgary. Ottawa's weak, but by the time we meet Ottawa halfway through December, they could have changed their whole season around. Anaheim's weak. Tampa Bay is strong. Arizona's a little better than last season. Colorado, Dallas, Tampa, Florida, Washington to finish off December. That is not a fun schedule. Anyways, I'm not trying to shit on the Habs here. I love the Habs. I love their entertaining games. But all of you fans out there that think we should win every single game and are expecting us to perform better than the game before every single time, I'm sorry, but the next half of the season is not going to be very fun. We have a great and exciting young team, but this year is still a rebuilding year. We're going to be getting rid of players at the deadline. There's going to be players that continue to slow down. Some players pick it up, but I think the majority of players will continue to slow down because of the hot start of the season. And unfortunately, I just don't think the people that think we're playoff teams are going to be very happy with the next half of the season. I don't want to break it to you. I love the Habs. I love their playoff games. But it's not this season, my friend. We're going to have to wait a bit. And that's okay because this draft is insane. And the better pick we get, the more playoff runs we might get in the future. So just look at it that way. Plus, Florida lost last night and we lost last night. It makes our loss feel a little better too. Because having Florida lose with us holding their pick, that's even better. Anyways, guys, that is going to be all for my rant today. Let me know down in the comments what your opinion is on it. Do you think the Habs are going to continue to play well and continue to develop, which I hope they do? Or do you think they're going to start to fizzle out a bit because it's a little unsustainable? Anyways, I'd love to hear your opinion. If you like the video, don't be afraid to like, comment, and subscribe. I'm currently trying to get to 1K subscribers. So if you're new here, I'd love to have you along for the ride. And with that being said, I'll see you all tomorrow. Take care.